What's up, y'all? You're watching Union Minded. I'm your host, Eric, and today we're going to take a comment from the comment section and address it. What that comment was and what the message behind that comment is a misconception that I think is pervasive throughout the trade unions. I think there are a lot of conservative members who really do feel like this commenter, who really do feel like there's a sucking up that is going on within labor unions. You may be thinking, what can I possibly be talking about? And that's why we're here. We're also going to spread some cool information about a website that I've been made aware of that actually collects union pay scales and puts them in one spot so that you can compare different locals to different areas with cost of living and all this other stuff to see how the pay scales rank, and I'm going to share that in the description box as well. But without further ado, let's dive on in. So the comment comes from someone named Christ2217, and they say, getting out of the union due to its heavy reliance on the Democratic Party. Christ has it wrong. Okay? Make no mistake, when I tell you that the fight is not left and right, it's up and down, it is because we are in the midst of a very real class war that has been going on for hundreds of years. The owner class is very aware of their status in life, and they're very aware of how to wield their power. The trouble with our labor movement has been that it lost its way on how to wield power. We forgot that we needed to organize our own and organize them well so that we can wield power. And so we stopped organizing our own folks, and we've allowed ourselves to be fractured. Why does it seem like trade unions go to the Democratic Party more frequently than they would go to the Republican Party? This is a very simple question to be answered. The very simple reason is that the Democratic Party has shown itself to bend towards labor and helping working people. Collectively, the capitalist class, the owner class, however you want to lump them in together, the billionaire class, all these folks, collectively, they understand that they're on the same team. It's why public policy never really benefits the people and mostly always benefits the corporate class. You'll see it in climate change. In 1977, they knew they were destroying the ozone layer. Before that, it was big tobacco. They knew that it was bad for people, but they lobbied and bought politicians until the point where legislation just didn't get passed. And then they bought and paid for a president, and they got a president who was anti-union and got him to attack unions. The corporate class, they are very unified, and their main tool of operation is the Republican Party, with help from the Democratic Party. But when it comes to working issues, your only real pathway to power is to press the Democratic Party, because that's the party that traditionally has helped working people. The Republican Party has not. We have to be smart about how we go about things. What does it help to go and knock on Republican doors and ask for Republican politicians and people in power to help working folks, when their mission is to help the owner class, the business class, not you? Like, that's why when he's looking at he's getting out due to its heavy reliance on the Democratic Party, that's not true. The Democratic Party relies on unions, and in such, unions demand a return from the Democratic Party for our efforts, and it's smart play to do. I wouldn't mind helping Republicans if they helped us, but they never do. They constantly attack us and try to make us our wages less and less and less. You can see it right now during the commentary over the UAW strike. This is an ongoing thing. This is not anything new. So while I wish nothing but success for Christ2217, I can't help that he feels like he's leaving the union because we rely on the Democratic Party. That's just how we wield power, because that's the pathway that's presented itself, and we have to use it. But really, the fight isn't left and right, it's up and down, because both parties align whenever it comes to advancing corporate interest. You think about the military-industrial complex. Every war that is fought for the advancement of corporate interests. It's not for the advancement of the folks, for the people. It's not for us. They're fighting wars on behalf of Raytheon and Halliburton and the Chiquita Banana Corporation and all these other. They're advancing capitalism throughout the world in countries that never asked for them to be there. They are financing the overthrow of governments and installation of dictators through the past. You could do the research over the past, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 years, how many democratically elected leaders were deposed and ousted with the help from the CIA and the US government to install a dictator who would allow our corporations to go in there and steal their natural resources. This is not new. So we have to be smart about how we wield power and how we fight back. Now, I want to point you to a website. It's called unionpayscales.com. Let me tell you what it's about before we dive into the actual rankings and whatnot. But listen to this. What is the Union Pay Scale Project? Union Pay Scales is the largest crowdsourced wage resource website ever to be made, advancing unions and their mission through wage transparency. Our comprehensive charts cover not only the wages of over 1,000 locals across 15 construction trades, but it breaks down the benefit packages of each and calculates wages adjusted to the cost of living. Our mission is to increase union support and organizing efforts through promoting the opportunities they provide to a solid middle-class life. The idea for Union Pay Scales started when I added a small wage scale chart to my first website, Ultimate Electrician's Guide. What started as a list of a few dozen locals quickly grew to over 270 within the span of a month with the help of online communities. When IBEW business agents and representatives from the international office started contacting me regularly about it, I realized how useful it was not only to current and aspiring members, but to union locals themselves in negotiating contracts and organizing more members. The next logical step was to begin adding more trades and unions to the collection, and voila, Union Pay Scales was born. While we only have 15 trades at this time, it is my eventual goal to expand it to all the construction trades and even beyond, providing pay scales for every union possible. If you would like to contribute, please fill out the submission forms at the bottom of each pay scale page or email him directly at unionpayscales@gmail.com. This is Matt Jones, is the founder. He's a proud member of IBEW 569. So on this website, you can check out wages from different locals from around the country. And this is further than just electricians. You got, when you go to wages and you go to that tab, you got electricians, linemen, telecom, carpenters, plumbers, pipe fitters, laborers, sheet metal, iron workers, elevator installers, roofers, painters, bricklayers, plasterers, cement masons, and insulators. So a good amount of information is on this website. And then we go ahead and click on the wage, salary packages, and you have a chart that pops up. And this chart can be adjusted. You can have the list ranked from the highest wage package to the lowest wage package. You can have it ranked from the cost of living as percentage of national average, from the highest percentage to the lowest percentage. Adjusted base wage for the cost of living, same thing. It has all these beautiful tabs where you can go ahead and rank these columns of information. And what you have here is you got your local number, your city, your state, yearly salary based on 40 hours of work, the hourly rate, the total package, cost of living, adjusted base wage for the cost of living, defined pension, pension contributions, 401k, vacation fund, health and welfare, NEBF pension, dues, and when it was last updated. And I can tell you from scrolling through this page, they're all very recent numbers. This is an excellent resource for any union member or anyone interested in jumping into the trades. And I'm going to put this in the description box for all of you who are curious what local unions are making in other parts of the country and how much their cost of living is as far as it is in reference to your local, so that you can help the negotiating team to negotiate a strong contract for your local in your area. My name's Eric. Remember, the fight's not left and right. It's up and down. It's going to take solidarity to win always. Each one, teach one. Get out there and reach one. And remember, there could be no union without you and I, front and center. Peace.